My mother suffered from Alzheimer's for 18 long, difficult years as we watched her drift further and further away. When it first happened, I had hoped for the best, of course, expecting the worst. There were days at the beginning of her diagnosis that my mother just seemed fine. And then the lost moments became more pronounced and lasted longer. And there were times I wondered if she would recognize me the next time that I walked into the room. And I wondered if all the memories of my youth and of her life were with her, or were they lost forever? That is part of the pain of Alzheimer's, as well as the physical condition that deteriorated not just her memory, but her ability to function for herself. But to be able to have had a pharmacological approach that would have arrested the disease and given her a lot better quality of life, saved a lot of money to Medicare and family and whatnot, and the consequences of the quality of life she would have lived, without having the disease progress, very, very dramatic. I can tell you personally, it would have been very dramatic. We were talking about the challenges of not having a continuum source of funding so that a lab can ultimately sustain the individuals who have now created the expertise, keep that expertise engaged, and ultimately see it to hopefully a successful conclusion. And so at the end of the day, we need to be taking talented scientists and make sure they stay in the field instead of leave the field. At a time when, as a nation, we should be fostering and encouraging young students to enter and excel in STEM careers. Our nation is at risk of losing our next generation of scientists, losing our leadership in technological innovation and our competitiveness as a nation in key areas of science. And most of all, we are at risk of losing the next big breakthrough that could save our loved ones as well as the nation's resources. We start with a new administration in January and a new Congress. Budgets are a reflection of our values, and it is why I've always led some of the fights in Congress when it comes to the budget. The nation's budget is a reflection of our collective values as a country. And driving biomedical research to find causes and then cures that also save tens of billions of dollars is, at the end of the day, something that is well worthy of a value that we collectively should share. Thanks so much for what you do here at Rutgers and showing us why the importance of this work is clearly a public policy imperative. Thank you very much for having me.